Is this on?
I think so.
Mics are on too.
Perfect.
Hello, everyone watching. My name is Oakland Klinichenko,
Xavier Days.
And I'm Rishi Chandra.
and we are the Eclipse Finders.
We're united by our love for the strange and unusual, and we are investigating the disappearances of a couple UVA students over the years.
The administration has repeatedly tried to cover up these disappearances.
But we know better.
We asked ourselves, what do all the disappearances have in common?
The answer? They all happen on nights of eclipses.
Okay, have your look.
Alright, see, English word for eclipse actually comes from the Greek word eclipses, which means abandonment.
And eclipses have impacted so many different parts of science. And for example, the 1919 total solar eclipse actually helped confirm Einstein's general theory of relativity.
And there are two types of eclipses that you can see from Earth.
Solar eclipses?
And lunar eclipses.
And a lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth passes in between the sun and the moon, causing the Earth's shadow to fall on the moon.
And a solar eclipse happens when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun, causing the moon's shadow to fall on the Earth.
Note that lunar eclipses can only occur during a full moon, while solar eclipses can only occur during new moons.
Also note that the position of the moon matters as well.
Yes, because the moon orbits about 5 degrees regarding the ecliptic. So that's why we don't always have an eclipse every time the Earth, the sun, and the moon are lined up.
In fact, we have around 2 eclipse seasons every year.
And just to summarize, in order to have an eclipse, we must have a full moon or a new moon, and the moon must be at one of the 2 spots where it crosses the ecliptic plane, aka its nodes.
So basically, there are 3 different types of lunar eclipses. There's penumbral, partial, or total.
And during a total lunar eclipse, the moon passes through the inner, darkest part of the Earth's shadow, the umbra, which is this part right here, if you can see that.
Yeah, and the reason these appear red is because some sunlight reaches the surface of the moon. Colors like blue and violet have shorter wavelength and scatter more easily than red and orange, which have longer wavelengths. So these longer wavelengths pass through the Earth's atmosphere, which makes the moon appear reddish.
And a partial lunar eclipse means that only a section of the moon passes through Earth's shadow. The moon is not fully within the umbra, and the shadow increases but then decreases, never fully encompassing the moon.
And the third and final type of lunar eclipse is the penumbral lunar eclipse. That's when the moon will only pass through the faintest part of Earth's shadow right here. And that one's hard to see. It's a little difficult to notice.
Oh, that was a lot of information about lunar eclipses.
Well, don't forget about solar eclipses.
Okay, fine. Okay, solar eclipses are all about positioning and optics. The sun is giant. It's definitely way bigger than our moon. To be precise, it's about 400 times bigger. But the sun is also 400 times further away, which creates the illusion of making the sun and the moon seem exactly the same size.
Okay, so solar eclipses can also be either total, partial, or annular.
And basically, during a total solar eclipse, which is the most famous one, the moon directly covers the sun. It allows the sun's corona, or its atmosphere, to basically be visible, and the corona is way too dim to be seen without the moon in front.
Alright, similar to the lunar eclipse, the moon's shadow has both an umbra, a dark inner part, or a penumbra, a faint outer shadow. If a person wants to see a total solar eclipse, they have to be within the umbra.
Observers in the penumbra will experience a partial solar eclipse, not a total one.
And if a person is outside the moon's shadow, unfortunately, well, it sucks to suck, they won't be able to witness the eclipse at all.
So the path of the umbra, also called the path of totality, is very, very small. As you can see here, could be less than 50 miles wide. The penumbra is much bigger.
Totality only really lasts a few minutes due to Earth's constant rotation, so you have to be ready. And don't forget to wear your eclipse glasses until totality is reached.
So basically, another type of eclipse, as we mentioned before, is an annular solar eclipse. And this occurs when the moon is at its farthest point away from Earth. This is called its apogee. The moon appears smaller than it usually does, so when it passes in front of the sun, it doesn't fully cover it. And what happens is that a ring of sunlight appears around the moon. The moon's shadow that extends past the umbra is known as the antumbra, and only people within the antumbra will witness the annular eclipse. So if you look here, the antumbra is this region right here.
Okay, sometimes the Earth's surface will curve away from the moon's shadow during a total eclipse, so the umbra doesn't reach certain parts of Earth. This creates an annular eclipse in those places, but total eclipse in others. We call this a hybrid eclipse.
Okay, now that was a lot of information.
To our luck, Rishi, come on, what day is it?
Today is an eclipse day.
That's
So,
right.
if the police aren't going to do anything, we are.
That's right. We're going to be heading to the McCormick Observatory tonight to figure out once and for all why all these people are going missing and why they are happening.
Wouldn't that
during
be
an
fun?
eclipse.
Stay tuned.
And cut. One.
Hello, everyone. We are currently on the way to McCormick Observatory. It is 9:52 p.m.
Okay, and the eclipse will begin at 10:12, and it'll reach its peak 10:44, I guess.
Hey, yep. We're going to keep going. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, did you see that?
See what?
You good now?
That figure that was right there. It was literally like right there.
There's nothing
There's
over
no one
there.
man. Don't freak me out.
Guys.
Look, just
I
go
don't
down,
think
just
this is a good
wait.
idea. I don't. Okay.
Rishi, you know we can't back out of this now, right? We're already here, and people could go missing tonight, and we could be their only chance.
Have you thought about what would happen if we go missing?
Dude, look, we are not going to go missing, all right? We're prepared, and if anything goes wrong, we can call 911.
Yeah.
There
Yeah. I
Yeah, and our
guess
next
you're right.
chance is gonna be a lunar eclipse in March next year. Eclipses only happen every couple of years in Virginia.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
All right, guys, we're here at McCormick Observatory. Woo!
Okay, you need to cut that out. That's not funny.
Calm down, Rishi. It's just a big telescope. In fact,
Yeah.
it was the second largest telescope in the world when it was dedicated to Thomas Jefferson on his birthday, April 13th, in 1885. It used to be one of the biggest in the world, you know.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's just that, I don't know, like, talking about this when a space-themed murder is happening and being around an observatory, that's creepy.
I mean, where else to be other than an observatory when there's a space-themed murder and we're trying to solve it?
Whoever they are, they're not a space-themed murderer. It's just eclipses.
No, I get that.
Do you?
Well, okay, so I'm not an expert, but I want to solve a murder here.
But you get the whole eclipse thing, right?
It's Twilight, right?
Bro, what the fuck is he talking about? No, man, this is the real thing.
Let's just keep going.
Okay.
Okay, so continuing on that eclipse thread.
Yeah, okay, basically for the most part, 2 lunar eclipses occur per year.
But in some years, there can be either 1 or 3, or sometimes even none.
Yeah, okay, pretty interesting.
Yeah, solar eclipses can occur 2 to 5 times per year.
But that's really super rare. The last time that happened was 1935, and leading astronomers don't think it will happen again until the year 2206.
Yeah, I was reading about how today is a partial lunar eclipse.
Yeah, you know how there's been such creepy space-themed horror movies?
Yeah, like I was watching one, The House of the Devil, where there's a satanic cult who actually sacrifices people during a lunar eclipse.
Oh, you're here to do when people lose their shit during a comet.
Okay, guys, just chillax. Those are movies.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, it's 10:12, and we're set up camp behind McCormick Observatory. See if there's anything crazy.
Yeah, and we're just gonna wait here until totality and see what happens.
That's right.
Hey guys, I just went to use the bathroom and I wanted to see what the surrounding area looked like, so... What the hell? Okay, I think I'm gonna head back to the lab setup right now. This is too weird. Oh my god, guys, I think we should leave.
What are you on about?
I saw something.
What-
Seriously,
what
there was
did
someone
you see?
behind. There was
You're
someone
overthinking
behind
this.
me.
There's no
There
one.
was
I'm
someone
looking right now.
behind
There's
me.
no one behind you.
Guys, I was
You're
telling
fi-
you.
You'll be just.
Whatever. You guys never listen to me. Hey Xavier, where's Oak? Do you see her? She just vanished.
Do you?
Oak?
Oh.
Oak!
Oh.
Where are you guys? Oak!
Oh.
Where are you? Oak! Xavier? Xavier? Guys, this isn't funny. Stop it, actually. Guys? Guys, please. Okay.
don't know if anyone will ever see this or if there's someone listening, but last thing I remember is being dragged, and I don't know where I am, and I don't know where anyone is, and Rishi's. I can hear sounds all around me, and please, 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 not this, please, please, stop. Come with us.
No. Let me go.